For the past decade, fans have been sitting, waiting, and wishing for a return to form for Heart Machine to meet the expectations they bestowed upon themselves as a result of creating one of the best indie games of the past decade with Hyper Light Drifter. Solar Ash was very good, but it was a large departure from their debut in many ways. Hyper Light Breaker was too ambitious for the studio and moved even farther away from what fans wanted, which is ironic since it wore the Hyper Light brand. This brings us back to Possessors, a Metroidvania created by Heart Machine which should pair perfectly together, but somehow fails to formulate into anything more than just the sum of their parts. Sadly, Possessors is not the next Hyper Light Drifter from the studio or their next iconic title. There are good ideas and bright spots in the experience, including the art style, soundtrack, and unique world, all things that Heart Machine have shown to be adept at. But for everything else, Possessors fails to execute on in meaningful ways that would take their fourth game beyond just an average Metroidvania. Before jumping into the video, I just want to take a quick second to say thank you. I understand that life is busy and that time is valuable. I appreciate you being here, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the video. Possessors is the first collaboration between Devolver Digital and Heart Machine, and you are immediately taken aback as Possessors wastes no time setting the tone as you drag yourself across the floor, leaving a blood trail behind you, as all that remains is your upper torso. You either make a deal with a demon or you die, and upon deciding against death, a pact is made. It doesn't stop as you are quickly informed that the only way to get what you need and what will be your overarching goal for the game is to collect 4 eyeballs from around the world that you will need to use on a vault retinal scanner to get where you need to be. The year is 1992 and you play as Luca, who finds herself at the heart of Sanzu, a city that blends east and west in a method that felt reminiscent of San Francisco of Big Hero 6. However, the situation in Sanzu is much more dire as the whole megacity is built around the corporate ideals of Agradyne. Agradyne is only concerned with their pursuit of the next wave of energy designed to make the company more profitable than ever. As it turns out, the energy source comes from creating a rift to another dimension and imprisoning demons to harness their energy. Possessors is referred to as an action-adventure, but make no mistake, it's a Metroidvania that mixes a world full of melancholy with combat that takes inspiration from fighting games with patience, timing, and juggling, with everything that you already know about Metroidvanias. The catastrophic interdimensional event at the heart of Agradyne has unleashed demons upon the city of Sanzu, and as a result, you find yourself at odds with possessed items that would otherwise be mundane in 1992. Everything from file cabinets, books, copiers, security cameras, and vending machines. Weapons also use this originality as they range from everyday items including an electric guitar, kitchen knives, and a wired computer mouse that is very deadly. As an action exploration title, you will explore the desolate city of Sanzu that has been evacuated from the school campus all the way to the Zooquarium. The experience is very familiar if you've played any Metroidvania before. The melancholic tone of Possessors is conveyed through the constant downpour of rain, the desolate nature of the world, and the infinite sadness of the narrative, but mostly through another great score. The soundtrack and its variety give the world a sense of time and place. The underlying issue with Possessors is that everything that is great about it also comes with plenty of caveats. The visuals are stunning, but the animations are very clunky at times, like when you're fighting a boss, climbing, or swimming. The combat also can be satisfying with a system built around parries, dodges, and Super Smash-style juggles, but boss encounters felt uninspired. Combat encounters are frustrating due to the placement or number of enemies, and making matters worse, the controls never felt natural. The world is original as expected from the studio that gave us Solar Ash and Hyper Light Drifter, but with the exception of a few standout locations, the best of which came near the end, the environments felt too similar, especially with the amount of backtracking that you need to do. The litmus test of any good Metroidvania is how often you are looking at your map, and you will be looking at your map a lot because most of the areas lack memorability. Enemies are extremely unique, but they don't offer enough variety, they feel overused, and they often felt out of place when they should have been biome specific to increase immersion and not hinder it. Why would there be a globe from a school in a top secret lab when the whole world has the potential to be possessed? Possessors is a Metroidvania or an action exploration game, which means that you're going to find abilities and gated areas as you explore. There have been some incredible experiences in the genre, and releasing just months after Silksong highlights a lot of what makes a great game in the genre. The pacing in Possessors is too inconsistent, which goes for both the abilities Luca acquires as well as the story beats. There are some elements that make exploration of Sanzu fun, but from a studio that made Solar Ash, a game that was built upon speed and transitions, you will often lose all of your momentum at times due to a grapple not connecting when it should, or being completely soft-locked by a projectile. One of the best things about Heart Machine was their ability to craft strong narratives with little or even no words. This is a major reason why Hyper Light Drifter and, to a lesser degree, Solar Ash were very powerful experiences. These narratives were cryptic, which left a lot open to player interpretation. Possessors goes in the complete opposite direction with an overabundance of dialogue, heavy-handed explanations, and constant reminders about all of the meanings within and the emotions that it wanted you to feel. There are plenty of signature elements of Heart Machine within Possessors that made Hyper Light Drifter iconic a decade ago, including a unique art direction, an immersive soundtrack, and a highly original universe that might resonate with fans of the studio. Unfortunately, there aren't enough supporting elements to lift up this experience into something special. Measuring against expectations that the studio have created for themselves with their early works and for what you should expect of a Metroidvania in 2025, Possessors doesn't measure up. Once again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe. If you want to help, leave a comment or a like, as that will help with the algorithm the most. That's it for this video, and until next time, be good to your fellow gamer, but more importantly, be better to your fellow human.